G'day friends, it's Kim from Kim's Homestead here in Victoria, Australia. Well, it's been steadily raining since about 11 o'clock last night, and I think we've gotten well over about 22 mils of rain, which is really good for this area. We're usually quite dry, so the ground is loving the rain. There's actually puddles everywhere, which is really good. It's been a nice soaking rain. It's been wonderful. Anyway, so because I haven't been able to get out into the garden, and unfortunately in my efforts of editing, I lost two of the videos that I had made, the last of the series of preparing the cherries that I got on bulk, my cherry pie filling and spiced cherry sauce. Unfortunately, I lost it. Never mind, I do have another video that I've begun, which is sorting out the fernery in the green. I'll call it the greenhouse, but it's just a fernery. But unfortunately, I can't load it at the moment because my computer says it's full and it won't go onto the new 5 terabyte external hard drive that I bought. So sorting out this technology stuff really is difficult. But anyway, I'll find my way around it. So today I thought I'd bring you along for a sneak peek at some of the stored goods that I have. Considering the pantry challenge, my 3-month pantry challenge is about to begin day after tomorrow. So I thought I'd start off in the shed. I've got 3 chest freezers and 1 fridge and freezer. So this is where we're going to start. Right, so in here I have a fridge freezer. It's just an LG, nothing really special. The freezer part is where I keep my frozen cat's meat and any fish that I happen to catch when I'm out fishing. And for some reason it keeps driving in and out. Okay, so that's where I keep that. The fish I either cook up and feed to the chooks, or I use it in the garden when I plant stuff. The bottom part is where I keep the eggs that I'm storing. As you can see, now they've been rolled in oil, and they've actually been in there for quite some time, and they'll stay there for a bit longer yet. And then I have my flavoured kombucha. And these, in the old pill bottles, is my bulk vegetable seeds. Right, this first freezer, which is just a large chest freezer, this is where I have just different things at the moment. Mainly it's processed vegetables from out of the garden and a few bits and bots of everything. And I've got bags of tomatoes ready to be processed underneath. And sometimes I store my pies and quiches and large amounts of soup in here. So if I don't feel like cooking, all I need to do is pull out one of those and we're done. Or sometimes the kids come over and they want to raid Granny's grocery store. That's what they do. This little one here is where I have the breads, the butters, the store-bought vegetables, and the excess ice cream. So that's completely filled up. And this one here is where I keep my meats. And an extra bread. I also keep frozen meals. So any meals that I make and there's just way too much and I really don't want leftovers for the next night, or I've eaten leftovers for a few nights and I just don't want any more, I just parcel it up, label it, pop it into the freezer, and it's there for quick meals when I really can't be bothered. Now the rest of these bags are filled. This one has lunch meats. They're packets of meat like silverside and prosciutto and stuff like that. I use them for either cooking, topping pizzas, sandwiches, all sorts of things. And over here we have chicken burgers, hot dogs, sausages, things like that. Under the bread we have chicken. There's all sorts of cuts of chicken. And I also have all of my beef and pork. Let's see, the beef's down under the bread here. And the pork and the lamb is underneath this one here. And over here we've got mince. So I find it's easier just to keep them in a bag, and that way when I'm looking for something, especially something right down the very bottom, I've only got to pull out the bags and they're labelled, and so I can find them real quickly. So that's it for the freezers, and now we'll head to the inside pantries. And here's a look at the main pantry. This is where I keep the bulk of my processed goods. So up here, we have the toilet papers, hand towels, extra coffees, flours, sugars, and so forth. Down a bit further we have our meats. We have the rabbits, chicken, turkey, beef, lamb, goat. So there's quite an assortment in there. Over here we have the broths in down there, and up here we have the boxed cake mixes. And no, I don't do everything from scratch. Let's see. Down here we have like Kansas spaghetti and baked beans, tuna, things like that. In these cupboards here we have snack drawers. Let's see, these ones here. There's snack drawers, which is mainly dry biscuits, shapes. The tea biscuits, those ones I keep in there for making cheesecakes and so forth. Down here is the Munchies Drawer, which once again is just mainly dry biscuits and shapes. And down here we have our pasta and the rice meals. The last one is the continental ones like Alfredo and in sauce and stuff. Then we also have the chicken fry, the fish fry, those sort of things. In here we have the noodles. Next one down is potatoes and onions. The next one down is packet mixes. That's where I keep spare gravy and dukkha, a few other things. The very last one is where I keep my glad bags, lunch wraps, those sort of things. I do have extra water, wine bottles. That's all my wines down there. Down there's beer. And then we have water, extra pasta, some big cans of navy beans, and I think also at the back there is also some big cans of pear halves. We also have cat food, can't forget the pussycats. Then we have more stock. I think there's mushroom stock and vegetable stock and all that. They're the smaller jars. Then we have, like this one here, is French onion soup mix. That's good for meal bases, for soups and stews. We have our peas, beans, asparagus, carrots, coleslaw, pumpkins, potatoes, things like that. The next one down is for our tomato products, spaghetti sauce, diced tomatoes, that sort of thing. Down here is our meal bases, the purchased meal bases. There's also some that I make myself. And then down further we have that cardboard box is full of sliced peaches. This box down here is full of like soup packets and things like that. Yogurt mixes, all that sort of thing. Dry cat food. Over here we have all sorts of little goodies. They're Christmas puddings, fruits, sugars, cleaning equipment. There we have a mixture of sauces, milk, spices, powdered eggs. That one's strawberries in strawberry sauce. There's our bottled fruits, chutneys, relishes. There's some meals like meats there because I don't have room on the other side. That's our processed tallow or fat. There's our sauces, all sorts of sauces. Some more sauces down there, a couple of ones of goat meat in stock. Here we have cherries, the cherry products, liqueur cherries, mandarins in vodka, some more stewed fruits, pie bases, jams, jellies, chutneys, that sort of thing. Down there. These are the lasagna sheets. Then we have jellies and soup mixes as well under there. So, and down here we have some more soups, just mainly canned goods, canned soup, canned stews, all those sort of things. Down here we have extra dishwasher tablets, oils, dishwashing liquid. This here is my laundry, one of my laundry cupboards, and we have our bottling stuff in here, more laundry powders. In here we have big jars of rice, flours, mixture of laundry, extra laundry stuff as well. In here we have more jars of vegetables. Down here, mandarins in vodka, and down here more vegetables and fruits. And over in this one, underneath the laundry sink, is, it's very dark in there, but that's our extra laundry products and floor cleaners. Right, this very messy little thing is the kitchen pantry, which is the working pantry. Up here we have egg cartons, we have baking products, powdered citrus, powdered banana, vegetable powders, coconut flour, dried mushrooms, dried onions, soup beans, all those sort of things. In here we have like celery powder, celery pumpkin powder, tomato powder, honey cashews, all our nuts, pecans, walnuts, almonds. Then we have chia mix, some of our dried fruit and sugars, oats. Down here we have our mixture of rices, white rice, brown rice, jasmine rice, those sort of thing. In here's our cereals and pancake mix, coconut, maize flour. Then we have the small ones, which is our grey vox, instant rice, corn flour, instant potato, shredded coconut, custard powder, and more rice. I think that one's vegetable or beef rice. Then we have our raw sugar. This is our bread making spot. That's the flour and stuff I use for bread. Down here is our vinegars, more flour, powdered milk, some of our spices, parsley, sage, rosemary, stevia, dill, that sort of thing. Some more sauces. These are the ones that are open and the ones I'm working through. This here is our Asian shelf. Then we have our sandwich spreads, and down below more flour, a lot of flour, and oils, used oils and stuff, and bulk vinegars, and a basket with some potatoes and onions that are in current use. And of course, you've seen our spice rack in some of the videos that I've made. This was made for me. So it's quite a big rack, as you see. I was told when it was made I'd never fill it. I had it filled in a week. Right, over here we have, this is fridge number 2 with a freezer down below. This is where I keep, vegetables, fruit, chicken. This one is freezer number 1. That's where I keep cat food, fruit, my wine, and eggs. And freezer number 1 is, let's see, down below is red meats, cheeses and butters and so forth. And up the top is just a mixture of bags of zucchini, bags of pumpkin puree, and bags of chopped onions and that sort of thing. I forgot to mention in fridge number 2, that's that drawer there, I keep my fresh vegetables, and underneath is cheeses, medicines and yogurts, so forth, and of course the salami I'm storing in there. Okay, these are the drink fridges. We have like beer and soft drink and so forth, juice, and this one here just needs topping up, but it just has like bourbon and so forth in it at the moment. Not much in this one. So now we're actually in my walk-in wardrobe that I also use for a linen press, and we've got another little freezer in here, and here is where I keep, there's some sandwich meat, some spare vegetables, spare milk, and most of the, because I like to have a fry up occasionally, this is where I keep any Chico rolls, spring rolls, pasties, pies, chips, anything like that. and just overflow basically from the other freezers. So there you have it, guys. There's a lot there, isn't there? I've got things like poked around in other places. There's a big bowl of mixed veggies and fruit sitting on the table and things like that. Biscuits up in another cupboard that I haven't put on this. Most people you'll find have got little hidey holes for everything. Extras in their house somewhere under the bed, up in a cupboard or whatever. You don't need to see all of it. But anyway, so that's what I've got to start with before going into this pantry challenge, and that's why I'm doing this pantry challenge, so that I can see if there's any holes in my preparing that I need to shore up. There's also places where I've stored food and it should be used up and I haven't been using it, so that needs to come out and be put into some sort of recipes or just used, and therefore it can be replaced with fresh stocks later on. And of course there are places that I've got where I've just got way too much stuff that's been processed, like years worth of, say, beans and or so forth, and I just don't use it, so therefore I need to use up what I've got so that maybe something that I will use can be put in its place. So that's about it. So I hope you'll find it interesting, and we'll see how we go. Catch you later. Bye for now.